Hey, you hardworking and resilient Capricorns, Captain Caps. I hope all of you are doing incredible. We're going to tap into your energy, take what resonates. I know I've taken a while, but I've been doing a lot of healing, a lot of leveling up and ascending myself. I've been trying to make sure the things and the energies I bring is always healthy and healed so that I don't bring any more toxicity to the world, because the world needs us to heal ourselves so that we're not spreading germs and being energetically hygiened, cleaned, anyways, making sure we're up on our energetic and spiritual hygiene. Either way, let's find out what the Capricorn energy is about today. If it doesn't flow, just let it go. Okay? If it doesn't flow, let it go. It's fine. You don't need it if it doesn't flow. There's no force. There's no anything here. Everything comes as it's supposed to. Okay? What do we got? The Chariot. The Chariot. Cancer's energy. So your opposite sign, but this is you really stepping into some type of power to make an initiation, to take some type of action, and it's challenging, but I think you prefer the challenge, to be honest with you, Capricorn. On the bottom, you got the Eight of Cups. This is definitely you walking away from something like old. It could be old behavior pattern. It could be an old thought pattern. It could be anything that you knew was actually limiting you in some way, that was a part of yourself that you know that maybe was needed at a time, but no longer is needed anymore, and you're finally letting that go. You're literally with the Eight of Cups. Yeah, there's a whole lot of emotion too with this. So there's like an emotional awakening that happens where you're actually in the sense of you have a new what is it, like a new access point for fuel, a new access point for fuel. Like, you know how you fill your car up with gas? Okay, there's a new access point for the fuel that comes in, pouring in motivation and devotion and the fact that you want to be ambitious. Like, it's a new energy. It's a new filter. It's a new filter coming in from, and it's something that you created all by yourself with this emotional awakening, because you finally realize there's things that you really haven't been able to fulfill. There's things you really want, and there's things you haven't gotten yet. And you've already proved to yourself in this life, if you want something, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. You are a captain of your own ship. You're a Capricorn energy. You're going to get it. You've already proved it to yourself. Now, there's been some things I see here. You have realized that some of the things that you wanted, it wasn't just because you wanted it was because you were trying to prove a point. You were trying to prove a point to somebody else. So even though you proved it to yourself in a sense that you can do it, you were proving to somebody else on the external. And the fact being is that actually became something that kind of went against you in a way, and it kind of became your own enemy. This is not something you want to do anymore, because you don't want to do it for somebody else. You want to prove it to yourself. You always want to prove it to yourself now. You don't even want to prove it to anybody else, because everybody else that you've realized that you try to prove something to, they were all miserable with themselves in the first place. None of them have ever done anything to work on themselves, to heal themselves, to push themselves, to make things happen in their life. Maybe it was good for you to have enemies in a sense, or people who like doubted you so that you could come up and you could rise and you could be successful. But now that you know that you can do it off that, do it off a different way. Do it off a way that you know that you can actually fulfill your own potential. This is what the energy is picking up today for you. And with the Cancer being your opposite sign, like I said, it would be that challenge, but this is what's fueling you. And it's giving you that sense to actually act with true intention, not even intention of like, I'm going to prove you wrong, because that was the intention you had in the beginning. You had, I'm going to prove you wrong intentions. This intention is, I'm going to prove me right. I'm going to prove me right this time, not somebody else wrong. You're going to prove yourself right. That's the energy. It's a shift. It's a entire magnetic shift, if you want to get real technical. Okay. All right. With that being said, the Eight of Cups on the bottom. Could be something about Chinese your sheep or rabbit as well. Something about the 4th or the 12th house energies, Neptune or the moon. The Five of Swords in there. Yeah, there's a peaceful resolution to the situation. You found the solution. You did. You saw the problem for what it was. The Two of Cups could be love. Could be a partner you are in love with that you have, and they're helping you to their healing. Could definitely be reflecting off the healing that you're doing, and the senses you guys are opening up to a whole new perception. So the awareness has grown between the both of you. And with that being the case, with the Two of Cups being on the bottom, you found the problem. You did. You found the problem. You were looking at it in an intention of proving others wrong. And now there's a whole magnetic shift where you realize you want to prove yourself right. And doing that, proving yourself right, is giving you the ability to go further beyond your means. Does that make sense? You can go further than you ever thought possible because you're actually wanting to prove you yourself right, and what you know you can do, what you know you can succeed with, what you know you can oblige to. I don't know why, but that came obliged to with yourself. Let's see. Yeah, uplifting spirit. I do feel like it's because you have an uplifting spirit around you. You have your spirit team, you have your ancestors. There is this energy kind of knocking on your aura a little bit here. This uplifting spirit's been trying to get your attention, trying to help you to see a more uplifting route, or a more uplifting way. Very detailed individual. That's who you are, Capricorn. You're very detailed in everything that you see, everything that you taste, everything that you smell. Okay? Everything you hear, everything you see, like all of your senses, even your sixth sense, you're very detailed with it. So the spiritual emotions, I got a feather or a freaking hair or whatever and came flying right next to the corner of my eye. I hate getting stuff in my eye. Anyway, very detailed. That's what's going on. We're gonna tap into this energy. So everything that comes your way, you see the finest details of. Okay? Which is a good thing to note, by the way. So your strong influence, this uplifting spirit has been a strong influence on you. They're pushing you in a sense, they kind of are, and they're kind of enforcing themselves into your life because they know it's necessary. There's something very strategic that they're actually doing for you. And it's not really like they're not crossing your boundaries. They're not trying to make you feel violated or anything. They're actually trying to give you a shift, like with this magnetic shift that you're having. They're a part of it, and there's a sense of the strong influence that they have on you is that they're actually showing you signs and more synchronicities in everyday life. So the more they're around you, the more you're seeing things more clearly, more openly, and more vividly and more detailed. Okay? Because you've been doing a lot of karma work. You've been clearing this. And there's a deceased loved one that's also watching you. It could be the part of the uplifting spirit. Okay? Very detailed individual. Life is going smoothly. You're developing, increasing on a skill or skills. The more you develop and increase on your skill and skills in life, the more your life will go smoothly. That's that part of that's that new activator, that new part of your motivation where the fuel is coming in, like that new access point. That's what this is about. That's where you're able to develop and increase on your skills rapidly, as well as enhance on your own emotions and mentality, where you are becoming more inquisitive, more wise, and more balanced and grounded within everything. Okay, so that's significant. Yeah, you're focusing on celestial wellness. Somebody could take more than they give, or you realize that at one point, maybe you were juggling too many things and you realized that somebody was taking more than they were giving, and that kind of made you feel like you needed to stop doing what you were doing and stop trying to prove other people wrong. So you realize something within that. You were juggling too many things trying to prove other people wrong. You were juggling way too many other people's opinions and inputs and everything within those people. Now you're over here like you dropped all that. Okay, no more juggling that. You're gonna juggle what makes you know you can prove yourself right. Okay, so that's what this is exactly what this is. Physically, you could have been hurt recently, injured, ill, depressed, healing from something physically for some of you. Others of you, this is something that could have actually linked to this karma clearing. I don't know, maybe some of you got hurt 5 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. For some of you, it could have been December. Whatever it may have been, you got hurt and you kind of had this epiphany moment. You had a moment. You had a realization moment. You had time to sit with yourself and think things through. And maybe because you got hurt doing something to prove somebody else wrong. So you really had to sit with yourself and think through this. Mentally, you are now stable, balanced, inquisitive, prepared, and ready. Boom. The Chariot would make exactly that. You are mentally stable. You are mentally balanced, inquisitive, prepared, and ready. And we have the red aura. So your energy or your aura is vibrating red, which is that grounded, ambitious, passionate, hardworking, confident energy that you are striving for, where that new access point came in for you. Boom. I am mind blown. I don't know about this relationship with this Two of Cups, but apparently this is very strong. Okay. And if you really know that you have a deceased loved one that's been watching you and giving you an uplifting energy towards your spirit to strongly influence you in your alignment, that's significant. Let's actually tap into this a little bit more. Talk about this uplifting spirit, the strong influence on Capricorn. The Six of Cups, you knew them in a past life, or you knew them in this life and they now have passed, which could be one of the deceased loved ones for some of you. But others of you, it's definitely somebody linked to a past life situation. You guys got the World. There is something that has not been fully this is not done yet. So whatever they've been doing to strongly influence you has not fully been completed yet. It's not fulfilled yet. They're still going to be with you for maybe all the way up until June 21st. You guys got 621 here. Okay, you can feel that completion happen and that ascending energy fully arrive by June 21st for a lot of you. Okay, the energies we have, the full moon of Scorpio would be significant here. So we have the Chariot, which is Cancer, the Five of Swords, which is Aquarius, or Chinese your tiger specifically. Six of Cups is a Scorpio, or Chinese your boar or pig. The World is, of course, Scorpio too. Taurus, we're in Taurus season. We just had the new moon in Taurus yesterday. Chinese your snake, we're also in Chinese your snake right now. With the energy also being Leo, or Chinese your monkey. And the same with the Five of Swords being Aquarius. This world is full of fixed energy. All four of the fixed signs: Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. Okay, so there is something significantly not over yet. There is still some injustices that this energy of this uplifting spirit is trying to bring you justice for. That has a lot to do with you finally accepting that you were trying to prove other people wrong, and you tried to take control of the situation. You didn't allow the universe to have the control. Yeah, that's what happened, Capricorn. You try to control the situation with your own, like, I can prove you wrong, instead of allowing the universe to have the control and give all these people the karma. Now that you've accepted your true role of needing to just prove yourself right, you have allowed yourself to cut that karmic energy away from you, and all those individuals that made you ever feel like you weren't going to get anywhere, that you had to prove wrong, they're going to get what's coming to them karmically, because you trying to prove them wrong kept them from getting the actual karma being received by the universe from them. You thought you had the control of it. So when you did that, you didn't allow what really needed to happen. But really what happened with you in this whole situation was actually what it was supposed to be. As much as it's like crazy because there's always those wrong turns or whatever, but that's how we get to where we're supposed to be every time. God knows exactly how to divinely orchestrate our life and how to make it so we find our way. And this is exactly how you're going to find your way. And this is where the injustice is. Yeah, this is why it's not over yet. You're going to be seeing, maybe from now to the June 21st, you're going to see a lot of the people that tried to say, you'll never have this, and you'll never be here, and you'll never do that, and you'll never do that. And you already proved all of them wrong, but you already finally came to the conclusion of knowing that you shouldn't have, it's not the way you should have gone about it. You were like, at least you could say you know you can do it. You took that, you transmuted it, and now you're doing everything to prove yourself right instead. So you took that accountability. You took your power back. When you took your power back, you're no longer trying to control the situation on the outside, and you're allowing the universe to have that control. The universe never wanted to harm you. They did want to obviously put karmic energy into those that were trying to tell you that you couldn't do this or whatever, But now that you took your energy away from them and you're no longer trying to prove them to anything with them, the heck with them, that's exactly when the universe steps in. Yeah, and they were all very greedy. They were all very naive. This energy of the Nave of Wands. So they were very naive. They could have been a lot of fire energy, but a lot of the fire energy that I'm getting is like aggressive, irritable, agitated, like all the time too, on everything, complaining, petty, selfish, life is sucky, this and that, I can't believe this person did this, a lot of drama, like gossiping and chaos. There's a lot of chaos really with there's no balance there, and there was all the energy they were using as aggravation was only limiting themselves from actually transmuting that energy into something more beautiful, like confidence or this or that. And you kind of got caught up in that energy by doing what you thought you needed to do, by proving them wrong. Now this energy is being flipped back into their own, what they have to deal with without you being a part of it. No energy from you in it. So you completely divided yourself from that situation. So you should be proud of yourself, Capricorn. You did what you had to do. Okay? And your spirit, there's this uplifting spirit, knew what they had to do to uplift you from this environment of toxicity, to show you a different perspective. Okay? And then you have the 5 it was nothing but chaos. 5 of Wands, nothing but controversy, fighting, arguing. The High Priestess, lacking self-awareness. In the reverse, that is. Yeah, the Devil. And that's exactly, you know, the devil is the Capricorn, right? I want to give you exactly what they just told me. The devil, when Capricorn's in a situation, in an environment that's toxic, and the Capricorn themselves is not in a balanced, healed energy or grounded sense, they're going to be coming off as across as the actual devil in the situation. But if Capricorn comes into the situation and they're healed, they're grounded, and they're in a toxic environment, they're going to be what's free from that. They don't have to be involved in that. Freedom. Not addicted, not possessed, not attached, not this, not that. No, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm walking through it like I'm walking through fire. Nothing's going to touch me because I'm balanced within myself. See what I'm saying, Capricorn? That's how the energy around you influences you, is how you yourself within feels about you. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So there it is. You got Virgo, Pisces, Leo's energy, Libra. Yeah, Capricorn, there you are. That was a very good explanation. Thank you, Spirit, for that. Anyways, this is what I have for you. Okay, this is you leveling up continuously, by the way. So good for you. I'm happy for you. God is happy for you. You are recognized. You are appreciated. This strong influence of a uplifting spirit, deceased loved one, they're there for you. They've been there for you. They could be, I'm getting, if they were somebody you knew in this life, I'm getting Aries, Libra, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So kind of significant to the signs we have out here. All right. Anyways, I hope this helped. You guys are amazing. See you later.